Hey everyone, so my name is Marissa Ferhai. I'm from South Africa, and it is a great honor and privilege to be able to share my testimony and how God saved my life and captured my heart. So I grew up in a good Christian home. We used to go to church every Sunday. My mom used to sing in church. We got involved in the worship team together. I used to be there every Sunday, and we sang, and we knew all the right answers when asked a question, and you put up a smile on your face and you know what to say when people ask you questions about Jesus. But always felt like more of a religious thing than a relationship thing. And I cannot say that I was in a living relationship with the Father. Because when I thought of God, it always felt like He was very far away. And when you make mistakes, He points down from heaven and He's going to send like lightning bolts. But yeah, so I think like one pinnacle moment in my life, God was such a gentleman throughout, like He is, and throughout my life, He never shoved me into believing anything of Him, but He was just pursuing my heart constantly. And I remember one pinnacle moment in my life that shifted a lot was in my matric year in grade 12. I was appointed as head girl over the school, and the boy that was announced as head boy, we started the year together, and I think it was 3 months in maybe, and then he committed suicide, and he was a good friend. And I remember like it shifted a lot in my view of the world and just my dependency on who God is, and just the urgency of life. And I feel like through that, like there was a deep maturing process that happened. But I remember that God sort of like took my view off of my immediate situation, and He helped me to look up and see the people next to me. And I do believe like that is God's heart, like to see the person next to us and in front of us and behind us and underneath us. And but I know also one big moment that shifted my view of Him was we went to Bethel in Redding, California. I was able to go to BSSM, so Bethel School of Supernatural Ministry, and my whole life was worship. And well, once I got there, I tried out for the worship team in Reading, and I did not make it. And I remember, like, I was standing in the first year class, and I remember that, like, the worship team stepped onto the stage, and I was so longing to be in that position because that was my world. And I remember God just so gently said to me, "But do I trust Him enough that what He's wanting to do in my heart is way more important than what I could offer Him or do for Him?" And I think like that year specifically was such a beautiful pursuit of my heart. And God was never forceful. He never sort of like shoved the Bible down my throat, but He was just very kind and gentle in His way of showing like the real relationship that I can have with a living Father that is wanting to be close and is wanting to guide me through everyday decisions and to be by my side and to worry with me when I'm nervous about a boy or nervous about the future or nervous about whatever. And I would love to encourage you guys also that if you do feel like God is far, that is not the truth. Emmanuel, God is with us, and He is always close. And I think like throughout my life, like it wasn't ever that drastic shift from like off of the road onto a straight and narrow path, but He was very kind in His pursuit, and He's still pursuing my heart. And I think it's like a constant pursuit where we just get to delve more into the revelation of His love and the wideness and lavishness of His love. So I do pray that this encourages you and also like gives you that hunger in your heart to pursue Him more, because He's very much after your heart. Yeah, much blessings and all the best for hashtag Jesus Saves.